Today we are taking a second look at Cardano, but more specifically their coin ADA, and doing some price analysis and some technical analysis so we can see where the price is going within the next few weeks and days. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're taking another look at ADA coin on the Cardano blockchain. But before we get into that, please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of content. We cover crypto, stocks, investing and wealth management in general. So if that tickles your fancy, hit subscribe, hit bell notifications, and make sure as well you let me know down in the comments section below if you are a Cardano holder. But without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. As always, guys, welcome to CoinSpot, and if you want to buy the ADA coin, or Cardano as it's more commonly known as, make sure you see the link in the description of this video. It's a referral link to sign up to CoinSpot and you can buy ADA right there. But let's take another look at this coin, and the last time we checked it out was on, I believe, roughly the 21st of May. So a few weeks have passed and I really want to show you what sort of price action has occurred. So on the 21st of May, when we were looking at it, this was effectively at about this point right here. So everything to the right of that is what has occurred since, and I'm going to drag it across, and you can actually see not too much has happened in a change of price perspective. It's fluctuated quite a lot. As you can see, we've had a few dips moving in the right direction, the dips though, which is positive, and we've had a few peaks as well, which is nice. But it looks like this is actually going downwards now at the moment, which obviously is not ideal. But when you compare this coin to many other cryptocurrencies, you'll notice that it has actually not dropped that much, and I'll just show you from a daily perspective exactly that. So you can see once again right here is where we saw last time, and we had a bit of an up and down day here. We got up to about $2.47 Australian and all the way down here to $1.78 Australian, and you can see where we're sitting now is actually above the low point there, which is $1.91 Australian. So unlike many other coins, what we have seen is that there has not actually been much of a decline, which in my mind is very positive because it shows the strength of the coin, and it shows that the fundamentals are still giving us enough reason to invest in this coin long term. If you haven't checked out the fundamentals or what this coin's actually all about, I highly encourage you to. But for this point in time, let's just start creating a bit of a trend to see if we can work out what's going on. And the reason I've done the trend like this is due to the fact that we see a few different price hits in the past. One here, we've got a touch here. These ones are big dips, and they're off, I suppose, the scale. So they're not truly reflective of what we want to look at. We see we almost got some touches here. We've had a touch here, almost dipped below again right here, and then that's sort of where it's resting at the moment. So we're actually at quite a critical point for this coin, and that's purely due to the fact that we are now sitting at the bottom of a longer term uptrend. And as you can see, this means one of two things. We're going to either bounce, that's the ideal case scenario, and we're going to probably continue in this sort of a direction, or it's going to break and it's going to dip. So we don't know what's going to occur yet. And one thing I'd like you to keep in mind though is we are seeing a decline in the volume at the same time. This indicates that the downwards price action that has been sort of occurring isn't off large volume. You can see that big day over here on the 19th of May when a lot of the cryptos crashed because of Bitcoin. We had a giant drop, and the volume that dropped with it was also significant. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now, what I want to do is show you we're actually at almost, I suppose, a bit of a shorter term inflection point as well. So if we grab this, drag it down here, we're getting a lot tighter. We like to take the top of the trend, obviously. So we're at a real crucial point. And we're either going to really break up hard or we're going to break down really hard. I don't think there's much more room for this sideways sort of action that is occurring. So we're going to need some sort of a catalyst for this to occur. Obviously, we've got tons of news coming for ADA coin, but more specifically the Cardano blockchain in general with all the smart contracts and all that sort of stuff. But we could also see this direction be caused by the effectively the entire crypto market. So keep that in the back of your mind. One thing, either positive or negative, is going to send this in a certain direction, and it's going to be quite significant, I suspect. I'd like to think, given that we are in a long-term uptrend, we would be a lot more likely to see some positive price action. You can see this is basically the trading channel where it jumped out of a few different occasions, but it's always sort of come back in, as you can see. So this is really a crucial point for us. So if we're trying to work out what other factors can we take into account, well, I always like to use, as you guys are aware, the moving averages. And this chart gives us enough room to use some longer term moving averages, which is quite nice. So let me just grab the indicators section here, and what we're going to do is add in two moving averages. First, we're going to do a bit of a short term, the 20-day, and then we're going to do a bit of a longer term, and that's going to be the 50-day moving average. And as you can see, they are right now at a critical point in time. We do not want this short-term 20-day trend, which is this blue line at the top, to cross below this longer term 50-day trend. If that does occur, as you've seen in some of my other videos, it's known as a death cross, and it's going to go down. Hopefully we see a shift in momentum here. As I said, this is a critical point. If we see this sort of thing happen, we're in the clear. But if we see this occur, we are in a bad situation, because we've not really had that point like many other cryptos where we've had the death cross occur. Now let's just extend this out a bit more. Let's make this instead the 200-day moving average. And you can see that's right down there. So we're not going to see any sort of action from that perspective. That's sort of what I expected, given the fact that it's been relatively upwards trending. It's not dropped significantly at all. So really what we want to be looking at is that 50-day and that 20-day moving average. Now, based on all these factors, what is the more likely case scenario? Well, we're trending in an upwards direction. That's positive. We are also declining in volume, which means it's likely we're going to see a big volume spike based on whatever's going to occur. Given we're already trending upwards and we haven't seen this crossover yet, I would suspect that we are going to break upwards. The only thing in my mind from a technical analysis point of view that would cause us to go down is if this short-term trend crosses below the longer-term trend. So keep that in the backs of your mind when you're looking at this one. Let's just check the hourly based on what we've added in. Ooh, see, that's not good. That is not as positive. Obviously, we've... Actually, sorry, I lie. Let's look at what color is this one. Oh no, that's the blue. The blue line, the short-term trend, from an hourly perspective, has actually crossed above. So that is good. I got my colors mixed up. They're very similar looking colors, unfortunately. Anyway, let's go daily and let's have a look at what is our price target. Well, I think it's actually quite clear what our price target is. We've got two. In the short term, we want to be hitting this point, which is our moving averages. So that's roughly about $2.12 and $2.14, that sort of region. So let's say $2.13 for argument's sake. Keep in mind this is Australian dollars, guys. Now, where's the next target? And this is the key target. We want to be trending back upwards. We want to be hitting this line up here. So let's just say we go like this, then we're trending upwards again. I don't know how severe it's going to be. this is the point we're really going to want to hit, because keep in mind this line is obviously going to keep coming out. So the point we're actually looking for, if we zoom out slightly, is roughly about here. So our price target for this is probably about $2.75 Australian. Now, best case scenario is we go up, we break through the moving averages, we hit that and we actually break it and start trending really positively upwards. Will that happen? Not too sure. I think what we will see is this though. That sort of action is going to occur, so that's, I suppose, my likely case prediction for what could potentially happen with Cardano in the near future. I hope you enjoyed today's price analysis. I'd also love to know what your price analysis or your price target is in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more of this sort of content. We cover other cryptos as well, plus stocks, as well as wealth management and investing in general. And with that guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.